Hi everybody, it's Singing Summer 173 here, and today we're going to be doing a really quick speed build on a abandoned cabin that I'm going to be using in my Vampire Let's Play. And I will post a link down below of the sim who will be in this. It's Henrietta Asher, and she is just a human who is looking to find out all she can about vampires and hopefully become one herself. So she's moved to this little abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods. It's really nothing special. It is just such a small cabin. And everything that she's got in it, it's been abandoned, and she's scavenged and kind of salvaged rather what she can from the wreck of what they've left, the previous owners, what they left behind. So it's really not, it's not got a lot of furnishings in it. It's basically just some old pieces of rubbish that she has managed to fix up and put together. And then obviously as she develops, she can do it up herself, or she can even move to a nicer house when she feels that would be a good idea. So yeah, I wasn't really going to do a recording tonight. I only did one last night, but I have had the worst day ever. So I thought, what better thing to do than get on here and just basically have a bit of a rant. I don't know if anyone is listening, but that doesn't really matter. I just needed to kind of get off my chest about what happened today. So I mentioned in my previous videos that my son, well, two of my sons, they're twins, they're 5, and they have autism, and they go to a mainstream school with my older son who's 10. And thank God they go to the same school as him, or else I would never have known this today. But today, well, both of my sons, they're in different classes, and they both have a classroom assistant each to kind of help them through the day because they really struggle. They were supposed to be going to a school with a specialised unit, but unfortunately in my area there's not enough schools for the amount of children who need it. So my son's never got a place. So they're in mainstream school, and the school are doing their best to try and help them and accommodate them and make sure that all their needs are being met. But you know, it's really, really hard for them and for my kids and for the school. But one of my kids in particular, he is really, really struggling, and his classroom assistant, they started school in August, and his classroom assistant has only arrived last week. So he's been really, really having a really, really hard time. He's just not been enjoying school at all. And so today he was just not having it, and one of the teachers decided to take him a trip round to my older son's class, to go and see him and to see what he was up to. So that's what they did, and afterwards he decided he didn't want to leave his classroom, and he was walking around with a teaching assistant who isn't his dedicated one. He was walking around with her and decided to kick her in the shin and run away into a different classroom, like altogether, just like someone else's class that doesn't even know. And but yeah, so I had no idea about this. The school hadn't even told me. They're probably just trying to spare my feelings, but I mean, I've been dealing with this for 5 years. My feelings are not very sensitive anymore. I can deal with a lot. Oh, my air freshener just went off and gave me a fright of my life. And but yeah, so thankfully my older son knew it had happened, so he told me. So I was then able to deal with it and speak to my 5-year-old about it. And but yeah, part of his autism is that he doesn't really see other people's feelings or anything. So he really didn't see what he'd done wrong. He just decided all he could see was he didn't want to go to class, and this lady was making him go to class. So he did what he could to get out of it, which obviously is not acceptable, but that's just how he deals. So I've spent today trying to read to him and show him pictures of how to be kind and respectful to teachers and people who are trying to look after you. But the more I spoke about it, the more upset and frustrated and embarrassed he was getting about it. And I don't know if any of you have any experience with autism or maybe have autism yourself, but if you do, you'll realise just how stressful it is for that individual, going to a new place with all these expectations put on them, and my son is just really, really struggling with it. So today's been a bit of a up and down day, and so once we got home from school, once we had our chat, we all got our dinner and things, and the boys played with their kinetic sand for a bit, and everything was nice and calm. And after I did all the chores and whatnot, got everybody to bed, I just sat down and I was exhausted and just needing to just vent and get it all out. So I thought, well, what better way to do it than over a nice video of an abandoned cabin. But yeah, so this has turned out, this whole video has just been like a 5-minute rant, but it's not really supposed to be. But yeah, so we'll just get back on to the video, to the build. So yeah, as I said, it's just a really small build, nothing fancy. Everything's really kind of old looking, very rustic. And you'll see at the end of the video that I end up adding in like a kind of scrap pile out the back, and that's where I imagined that she got all the furniture from. Most of it was probably the bigger items were maybe still inside the house. Maybe they just needed a wee dusting off because you can see there's cobwebs all over the place. The place needs a good decorating. But I mean, she might not even be there for that long, but this is just a place for her to hide and do her research in peace without everybody judging her, and so she can get some peace and quiet. And that'll be, she'll probably be in here quite a lot until she decides to move out. Maybe she'll wait until she becomes a vampire before she does that. But yeah, so I was just getting a wee bit of the landscaping done in here, and I tried not to do too much because I wanted it to have a lot so that you could see that it was like overgrown and there was lots of wildlife and trees and nature around. But then I hate when you're playing and all you see is tree all over the place. But yeah, so I decided just that would be enough, and then maybe when I play it we'll see if I need any more. So there's a wee scrap pile. I just basically added in some of the stuff from the debug modes, and I mean, I've said before, like I've played The Sims for years, but I never really ever really used any cheats apart from the money cheat really, and no mods or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, as I said, I've found them, and I've been playing with them all the time, and it's completely changed my way of playing. I mean, I didn't even know half of the build cheats. Like, I hardly even use move objects, if I'm even honest, and all the ways you can, like when you do alt and move it around. I never done any of that. I was just happy playing along, sticking to the grids. But yeah, now I know. I have learned. I have been reborn into The Sims, which is a lot better. But yeah, we are coming up to the end of the video now. So we're going to get a couple of screenshots of this tiny little home, but please remember to like, comment and subscribe, please. As I said, I'm very new and I'd love to hear what you all have to think about my work. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I shall see you in the Let's Play. Thanks, bye!